Vanessa earns under $25,000 a year working retail, but she's saved more than people making six figures. No budgeting apps, no spreadsheets, just bold habits, quiet discipline, and a mindset most of us overlook. Instead, she uses smart choices, simple habits, and a strong mindset to stay in control of her money. If you're feeling trapped by rising costs or stuck living paycheck to paycheck, Vanessa's story might just change how you see money. Stick around. One of her best-kept habits turns literal trash into cash. While many people are struggling with rising food prices, high rent, and credit card debt, Vanessa has found a better way. She isn't rich, but she's not stressed about money anymore. In this video, you'll learn her best-kept frugal living secrets. These are bold, practical moves that helped her build peace of mind on a low income. This isn't survival, it's strategy. From paycheck panic to peace of mind. Vanessa is 38 years old and lives in Milwaukee with her 2 kids. A few years ago, life felt like a constant struggle. Like many people facing lifestyle inflation and constant expenses, she was stretched thin, emotionally and financially. After her divorce, she worked at a retail store and made just enough to pay rent and buy groceries. Every month, she worried about how she would make it to the next paycheck. One day, she had a panic attack in the middle of a grocery store. That was her breaking point. That moment changed her life. She went home, sat down, and asked herself, "What am I doing wrong?" She realized she was spending money the way she thought she should, not the way she needed to. She didn't want to feel afraid anymore. Vanessa didn't wait to earn more money. She decided to use the little she had in smarter ways. Her new rule? Don't budget money. Budget choices. She stopped trying to control every dollar and instead focused on cutting out things that didn't matter. Today, she still earns a low income, but she feels calm, confident, and in control. She's not just surviving, she's winning in her own way. And now, she's sharing how others can do the same. Number 1. The invisible budget method. Vanessa doesn't use a budget app or a fancy spreadsheet. She created something she calls the invisible budget. It's simple, clear, and doesn't take much time. Instead of tracking every dollar, Vanessa sets hard rules for what she never spends money on. For example, she doesn't buy drinks outside the house, no coffee shops, no vending machines, not even bottled water. That's just her rule. It saves her over $600 a year without needing to think about it. She calls it invisible because once the rule is set, she doesn't worry about that choice anymore. It's off the table. This helps her avoid impulse spending and feel more in control. She says, "I had to stop negotiating with my future self." This method works great for people with a changing income, like hourly workers, freelancers, or gig workers. Instead of stressing over every paycheck, you decide your no-go areas and stick to them, no matter how much you make that week. It's not about tracking, it's about training your spending habits. And best of all, it doesn't feel like work. It just becomes part of your everyday life. And unlike traditional budgets, this frugal living strategy actually works with her life, not against it, especially for those living below their means. Number 2. Dollar store dining, the gourmet grocery hack. When food prices started climbing and her grocery bills exploded, Vanessa found a secret weapon, the dollar store. She gets about 60% of her groceries from dollar stores, and she eats well. Her secret? Timing and planning. Vanessa learned when her local dollar stores restock and mark down items. She shops right after those times to find fresh food before it's gone. Sometimes she even talks to employees to ask when the next shipment comes in. She also plans her meals based on what's available, not what she wants to eat. This helps her avoid waste and saves money. One of her best tricks is making a one-pan meal that lasts 7 days using items like frozen veggies, rice, beans, and seasoning, all for under $15. She also uses leftover scraps to make homemade broth and spice mixes. Vanessa calls it grocery hacking, making the most out of low-cost food with creativity and smart timing. It's not boring or bland. Her meals are flavorful, filling, and frugal. Dollar stores are her secret weapon, and now, maybe they can be yours too. Number 3. Freefluence, how she gets clothes, electronics, and essentials for $0. Vanessa isn't just cutting expenses, she's building stealth wealth using free stuff others overlook. She uses what she calls the Freefluence method. It's a mix of smart searching, creativity, and knowing what people throw away. Every week, she checks apps like Facebook Marketplace, Buy Nothing Groups, and Freecycle. These are places where people give away items they don't need anymore. Vanessa looks for clothes, furniture, small appliances, even electronics. But here's the trick. She doesn't just grab anything. She looks for things she can fix, clean, or repurpose. One time, she found a broken espresso machine, watched a YouTube video to repair it, and sold it for $70. She says she makes around $200 to $500 a month this way, all from free stuff. Sometimes she keeps the items, like winter jackets for her kids. Other times, she fixes them and sells them online for extra income. Vanessa says most people don't realize how much value is sitting on the curb or in online listings. With a little effort and some basic tools, she turns trash into treasure. It's not about being cheap, it's about being smart. And in her world, free is the new rich. Number 4. No spend rooms. Redesigning her apartment without spending. Vanessa had a fun and smart idea to save money. She created no-spend rooms in her apartment. These are rooms where she doesn't spend any money at all to decorate or furnish. Her rule? Use only free, found, or reused items. For example, her kids' room is filled with things she picked up from neighbors or local freebie groups. She made bookshelves from old crates, turned leftover fabric into curtains, and built a toy shelf from scrap wood. Vanessa says this helped her feel creative and proud, not poor. She calls it designing with what you already have. This idea also helped her kids learn to value what they own and not always want something new. The best part? It made her home feel warm and full of love without a big price tag. In a world obsessed with upgrades, Vanessa proves that creativity, not cash, builds real comfort. It's the ultimate downsizing to save money mindset. For her, every no-spend room is a reminder that money isn't the only way to make life beautiful. Number 5. The Frugal Flex Mindset. Vanessa still uses a flip phone in 2025, and she's proud of it. People often ask her why she doesn't upgrade to a smartphone. Her answer? Because I don't need it. She calls this the Frugal Flex Mindset, being confident about living simply. To her, saving money is something to be proud of, not something to hide. She says, "Frugal is my style. It shows I'm in control, not chasing trends." With a flip phone, she avoids high phone bills, ads, and endless scrolling. She also saves time and stays more focused. Vanessa also uses a paper planner instead of apps, and she shares Wi-Fi with a neighbor to split the cost. These choices aren't about being cheap, they're about choosing what matters. This is living below your means and doing it with pride. To Vanessa, frugal isn't just smart, it's stylish. For her, the frugal flex isn't about lack, it's about living with power and purpose. Number 6. Building community capital, her secret weapon. Vanessa says her biggest money-saving secret isn't a trick, it's people. She built a small group of women in her neighborhood who help each other. They call it a resource circle. Each person shares what they can. One watches the kids, another cooks meals, someone else helps clean or fix things. Instead of paying for everything alone, they trade time and skills. It's like teamwork for everyday life. She says this saves her hundreds of dollars each month. But even more important, it gives her support and friendship. She calls it community capital, a kind of wealth that's not about money, but about trust and connection. When someone needs help, they don't have to feel ashamed. They just ask and someone shows up. In hard times, having strong people around you is just as valuable as cash. For Vanessa, community is her true safety net. Even though Vanessa lives frugally, she doesn't give up everything. She believes in enjoying life, just in a smart way. One thing she won't cut is skincare. It's her little way to feel calm and confident. She also keeps a few extras on her library card, like access to online learning and kids' movies. And once a month, she plans a family fun day with her kids. It's usually free, like a park picnic or museum visit, but it's special. Vanessa says, frugal living isn't about saying no to joy. It's about saying yes to what really matters. Vanessa believes that wealth isn't about money. It's about peace of mind. She may not have a big paycheck, but she has no debt, strong savings, and a calm, happy home. Over the past 3 years, she saved over $17,000 just by avoiding extra spending and using smart, small side hustles. She didn't wait for a better job or more money. She made the most of what she had. Now, she shares what she's learned through free local workshops and a small email newsletter. Other women in her community are starting to follow her steps. This shows you don't have to be rich to build security. Anyone can start creating their own kind of wealth. This isn't survival. It's stealth wealth in action, a quiet financial freedom story built on grit, not income. Her message is clear. Real freedom isn't about having everything. It's about needing less and feeling strong anyway. This is a new kind of success story. In today's world, where prices keep going up and many people feel stuck, Vanessa's story gives hope. She used what she had and found smart, creative ways to live better on less. If stories like Vanessa's inspire you to rethink what real wealth looks like, hit that like button and subscribe. We've got more true money videos, frugal living secrets, and ways to build financial independence on a low income every single week.